I just tried to FaceTime Kyler. He didn't answer. What does it mean? Are we still friends?
Oh, I'll tell you what it means, JJ. It means he wants a new contract, and he probably never considered you a friend. But that's on him, not you. Everyone still loves you, JJ. Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon. My Napoleon complex pales in comparison to Kyler Murray Perna. Kyler Murray's agent dropped a big press release today for all of sports media to blast out on the socials. Since I'm real media, I got a hard copy of it. And I'm sure you saw this page-long document on your timeline, and your first thought was, how the fuck does Kyler trust an agent who posts a document demanding a new contract in all caps? Even Cam Newton was like, damn, this is hard to read. Now, it's no coincidence that Kyler Murray released his demands of the Cardinals on the final day of the shortest month of the year. I'm not sure this is a smart move by Kyler and his agent. I do think he deserves top quarterback money though, but I'll also explain why Arizona should just trade him, as this letter was one of the most narcissistic things I've ever read. And I purchased Terrell Owens' personal diary on eBay a few years ago. The Murray drama continues. Let's break it down here at Oh, That's Good Sports. Hey! You want my bags of beans? Couple sacks of beans? These are coffee beans. My coffee company, BenchwarmerBrew.com. Come on, go check it out, Benchwarmer Brew. You want me to stop dangling these in front of your face? Go type in BenchwarmerBrew.com to your browser. Buy my coffee. Buy it. Also, I have big dick Patreon shoutouts for James Alexander Sparks and Guillermo Contreras, upping to $20. Guillermo, the only Raiders fan on earth that I truly love. Patreon.com/thatsgoodsports. Appreciate the support. Appreciate everyone who showed up for the Zoom meeting last week. We'll do it again in March. I made a video a couple weeks ago about Kyler Murray deleting all of his Cardinals-related Instagram posts. In that video, I said, this means either Kyler is trying to play hardball for a new contract, is trying to get traded, or means nothing because Kyler's kind of a weird dude. I also detailed what happened when other athletes did something similar and pointed out it almost always led to new contracts with their current team or their exit from their current team. And after today, I can confirm this was the rare occasion where I was 100% fucking right. Kyler and his agent want a new contract, and they want the Cardinals to commit to their demands, and they are going about it publicly. Their post sort of reads like a ransom note with a list of demands and insinuates Kyler should be paid because the Cardinals are a bottom-tier organization who he is in the process of saving. He's essentially painting himself as their own personal Jesus. And when I first saw this post, I thought, oh, this is Kyler's agent reassuring everyone Kyler wants to be a Cardinal, and all this media stuff was conjecture and BS. But I was wrong. Instead, what Kyler and his agent dropped on social media is a complete failure in terms of trying to accomplish their goal, if that goal is to be Arizona's quarterback and to be one of the highest paid QBs in the NFL. If their goal is to have Cardinals fans being okay by trading away Kyler Murray, well, then they nailed it, because I think this just pissed fans off. Kyler should fire his agent, because this guy didn't even realize his keyboard was stuck on all caps. Murray is a great QB, but let's be honest, with 0 playoff wins and 1 appearance, he hasn't done shit. Not only that, the team he's giving an ultimatum to brought in a bunch of free agents to help him win this last season, and it didn't matter. Furthermore, putting out a letter this long and expecting people to read it is offensive. It's offensive to our short attention spans. Let me read War and Peace Part 2 in its entirety. I have it printed out because I could not copy and paste it, and there was no fucking way I was going to retype this shit. So I will read it and illustrate what they really mean in certain parts. Kyler wants to be direct with loyal Arizona Cardinal fans and the great community of the Valley in stating his two very important goals and objectives. Please, fans, support me in this. He absolutely wants to be your long-term QB. He desperately wants to win a Super Bowl. Achieving both goals will take incredible commitment from himself and the entire organization. Get your shit together, Cardinals, or we out. Despite all of Kyler's energy being focused on the future, he is very proud of the franchise's extreme turnaround in competitiveness and success since his arrival, alongside his teammates and coaches, and a successful and valuable foundation for the organization has been built, mainly because of me, Kyler Murray. The team and Kyler's individual 3-year track record of undisputed and increasingly positive results while under the extremely challenging circumstances of walking into a 3-win team
with the last-ranked offense in the toughest division in football speaks for itself. The Cardinals are the only franchise in the NFL to have improved by 3 or more wins in each of the last 3 seasons. You guys sucked before me. Kyler was tasked with stepping into a tough situation and named the starter on day 1 of his arrival. He has delivered and exceeded all reasonable expectations along the way in winning NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, followed by back-to-back Pro Bowls in the ultra-competitive and QB-loaded NFC.
I can't read it all. It's too long. It's too stupid. It's too long and stupid. I can't read the whole thing. The bullet points, Kyler Murray is telling the Cardinals to give him his money, do everything he wants, or fuck off, if I can quote Logan Roy. Just fuck off, give me the money, or fuck off! That's what this letter says. Give me the money, or fuck right off, you fucks! That's what it says. Now, some of those free agents being Chandler Jones, Zach Ertz, AJ Green, Max Williams, James Conner, Chase Edmonds, Christian Kirk, and Colt McCoy. Actually, I'm sure Kyler doesn't give a shit if they re-sign Colt McCoy. Why bring back the quarterback who went 2-1 in your absence with a completion percentage of 84 and 79 in those 2 wins, in addition to 0 picks and a 112 and 119 passer rating? Also, shout out to the only Patriots creator I like, Fitzy, for critiquing the font. Menlo, all caps, size 3 was an aggressive font choice. It was very aggressive. Basically the opposite of the way Kyler played in the wild card round of the playoffs. Boom, roasted. If this letter showed up in the form of a cover letter, it would have been thrown out immediately. It looks like a failed assignment in an introductory Photoshop class. The one-legged prayer pose is an interesting choice to use for an image. And not just because Kyler is probably praying to be taken seriously with this letter, but because it's a reference to yoga concepts. Eka Pada Pranamasana, which is not an Aaron Rodgers vomit and enema cleanse, but does contain equal amounts of shit. Yoga is about flexibility and ditching the ego. The 2 things Kyler is not. I think Catholicism is a better fit, especially for a Cardinal. And finally, I think I have a clip of Kyler Murray speaking with his agent this last week.
Show me the money.
Show me the money!
That's it, brother, but you got to yell that shit!
Show me the money!
I love black people! I love black people! Who's your motherfucker, Jerry? You my motherfucker!
Now, I think this is what many of us hoped Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson would post in terms of voicing their displeasure with their organization, so us QB-needy teams could go after him. But now that I see it, I think it's going to do more harm to Kyler's reputation than good. Although Russell Wilson deleted his Seahawks picture from his Twitter, so maybe we are 2 weeks away from a weird-ass Russell Wilson letter. Maybe the Cardinals don't have a new deal ready for Kyler because he's kind of hard to talk to.
Can do that your rookie year. Wait, are we not going to get along here if I do this? I want to make sure.
Kyler, do you like football? Kyler, just say the word yes, and we will give you a $300 million deal. Okay, we're just gonna trade you then. Just sit there and say nothing if you want to be traded. All right, Now, I think we are witnessing a shift in power in the NFL. It started with Brady going to Tampa and has progressed to Deshaun Watson, to Matthew Stafford getting out of Detroit, to Rodgers and Wilson making it known that they weren't 100% happy with their current organization's constructing of the team. The difference, though, is that none of them put it in writing via their agent. Watson, of course, tried to have anything he had in writing deleted from existence. Rodgers just said batshit crazy stuff on Pat McAfee all year. And batshit may be something Rodgers eats for therapeutic reasons. I don't even know with Aaron Rodgers anymore. The weirdest thing about this letter is Kyler and his agent acknowledging that being a top drafted QB means you have to play for a bad team. Kyler was tasked with stepping into a tough situation and named the starter day one of his arrival. Yes, that's what happens when you're the number 1 overall pick. He has delivered and exceeded all reasonable expectations along the way in winning NFL Rookie of the Year, followed by back-to-back Pro Bowls in a QB-loaded NFC. Why would the Cardinals rework his deal after 3 years? Well, year 4, which he's heading into, is usually when teams exercise the 5th-year option for first-round draft picks, which Arizona has yet to do. Kyler only accounts for $11.3 million in cap space this season, but even with the number that low, AZ only has $2.7 million in cap space right now, since they sort of went all in for Murray last offseason. Which is why Kyler Murray may be seeing all those free agents I mentioned earlier and thinking, oh shit, next year gonna be hard. As his agent mentions, a new deal could provide the team with more cap space. And usually this is when quarterbacks get a new deal done. Josh Allen was tagged last offseason, and then in August, Buffalo gave him that 6-year, $250 million deal. That was after Allen's 3rd season, just like Kyler Murray. What Josh Allen didn't do was threaten the Bills publicly and claim he was the only reason they don't suck anymore. Plus, he won them some playoff games, which also helps. And I'm pretty sure he had to take the Bills' word that they would get a deal done before the season started, which Kyler and his agent say doesn't happen in the NFL at the end of their letter. Now, being picked first overall is an honor that guarantees you the highest salary of your rookie class. And if you live up to the hype, you'll get another deal prior to your team pulling the trigger on a 5th-year option. I think Kyler has definitely played well enough to earn a new deal over just a 5th-year option, but that's more because of the nature of his position rather than his accolades over the last 3 years. The individual accolades are there, but the wins, they're not. I will say he is the first quarterback to put up 70 touchdown passes and 20 rushing TDs in his first 3 years. But how many of those came in the first halves of the season, as opposed to important games down the stretch? That's the knock on Kyler. Everything negative we say about Cliff Kingsbury not finishing seasons can also be attributed to Kyler Murray. All the things Kyler and his agent are saying are what every agent and quarterback with leverage says in negotiations. We just don't see it. And now that we do, we don't like it. We are seeing how the sausage is being made, and now we want to vomit. If Murray wants Mahomes' money, that's not going to happen. If he wants Rodgers' money, that's not happening either. This is a player who is worth the first overall pick and worth moving away from Josh Rosen, but he hasn't put it all together on the field yet, and he certainly doesn't have it together off of the field. This whole situation is starting to remind me of Jay Cutler and the Jay Cutler fiasco back in 2009. Cutler was finishing up his 3rd year in the league when, for different reasons, he didn't get along with his new head coach and front office and made it clear he wanted a trade. I see a lot of similarities in Kyler Murray and Jay Cutler's personalities. They were always a little standoffish and don't feel totally married to the game of football. They both kind of look like they'd rather be somewhere else at all times. Or as Pat Mahomes might say, look like they always have resting bitch face. Some teams are equipped to handle a talented quarterback with an ego the size of Cliff Kingsbury's house. Those teams are ones that have a great head coach and an identity crafted by the GM, aka good football organizations. Green Bay, I think, could handle him. The Rams with Sean McVay could handle him. The Patriots could handle him, but I'm not sure Arizona can, which is why I truly believe the Cardinals should trade Kyler Murray. They are not an organization that is expected to be a perennial winner. If they suck in 2022 after letting all those key free agents walk and stockpile picks, they can draft possibly a better quarterback in 2023 in CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. And they can move on from Cliff Kingsbury without any financial ramifications. Arizona is a team that knows how to be bad, but can put together a great season every 4 to 5 years. So accept who you are, Arizona, and give Murray to me and the Denver Broncos. We're ready for a weird quarterback who is very good versus a nice guy who says all the right things but peaks at 220 passing yards and 2 TDs. All quarterbacks are egomaniacs, not just Kyler Murray. Embrace it if you want your team to be relevant. And honestly, a team that should consider trading for Kyler Murray is the New York Giants, who have 2 first-round draft picks. They could trade Daniel Jones and a first-rounder this year and a first-rounder next year, give the Cardinals plenty of great value for Kyler Murray, and send Kyler Murray to Brian Daboll, who I think he would thrive with. If Kyler Murray wants that Josh Allen money, go to the guy who got Josh Allen the Josh Allen money. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I got another video on the screen right now. Click it. YouTube punishes me if you don't watch more videos. I'll have a USFL video up tomorrow as well, so don't forget to come back.